And I was surprised once. I even was shocked. I was in Australia. And normally when I go to different countries, I don't just go to a conference or something. So I go to the library, to the museums and other places like this, right? So I wanted to know about the history of Australia. And what is the history of Muslims in Australia? And you'd be surprised to know they're not just recent people who came here. When the British first opened up, they took over the land and stole it from the Aboriginal people. And they needed to go through the center of the country. They used not traders, but caravanners. So the Afghans opened up the middle of Australia. And the routes that the Afghans made are now the major highways going through the country. It's an interesting story. There's even some traces. Some of the Afghans' families are still there. Some of them returned. They're Afghans and Pathans. So some of them returned, some of them are there. It's an interesting story. So I was trying to find out the history of Islam in Australia, and I came across this work done in the university. And they said the oldest map of Australia was in Arabic. This is in the university in Australia. It's in Arabic. And I realized this is Al-Khwarizmi. And how he described Australia, they described it at the time. They said, our sailors reached this island, and they couldn't find the other end of the island. Right? It was the biggest island they ever saw before. And they were describing Australia. And it was mostly at that time the north coast, because you come from Indonesia, like you go right into Australia. So his map with Australia is the oldest map of that country, and the average Australian does not know this. They would never know that the oldest map of Australia is in Arabic. It's in Arabic. Al-Khwarizmi who did it.